Hey everybody, it's Quinton from Hunters of Light, and we are doing our first creative showcase for the month of February. The month of February is Portrait Month, so the whole of this month we're going to be talking about portraits, we're talking about lighting, post-production, in the studio, self-portraits, and all that sort of thing. And I'm really excited about this new initiative. I think it's amazing that we're just going to pull all this content together relating to this topic and just benefit from everyone's knowledge. So today we've got Emmy Ojo Aromokundu, better known as Emmy. He's originally hails from Nigeria, came to South Africa to study engineering of all things. While working with the media team in his church, he picked up a camera and helped started filming sermons and that sort of thing. He soon got himself a compact camera, and then the internet. Teach myself how to do photography, and 4 years later he turned pro. Today it's 9 years after that first camera, and I tell you what, he's doing some pretty cool work. And I think what we need to do is just hand it over to you, Emmy. We're going to be talking about beauty and fashion portraits in the studio. About lighting and post-production and that sort of thing. So, Emmy, without further ado, maybe you know what? Maybe if there's a better description of how you came from getting the compact camera to turning pro, you can give it to us.
Okay, definitely. Hello, everyone, and thanks for having me today. Thanks, Quentin, for inviting me as well. I really appreciate it. So I'm just gonna talk quickly about the compact camera thing, and I think it's actually like because I originally started with video actually. So I started with video, and from getting the opportunity to actually work with professionals on the video side of things, they were the one that actually encouraged me in regards to from what they see me do with the video cameras. They were the one that actually encouraged me to like start see it to see if I can actually invest in photography or just like camera operation in general. So, and the only thing I could afford back then was the compact camera, the I think Nikon Coolpix L340. Yeah, I know that name for any time, any day. So it was the Nikon Coolpix L340. I remember I was so excited when I got this camera. Like, trust me, I was excited, and I started having fun with it. And yeah, it really helped me a lot to like see the view of things from the photography side of things. And I think the only thing was that the Nikon Coolpix was a compact, like a very, very compact camera with the optic zoom lens. So after playing with that a little bit, I started like watching YouTube, joined a lot of photography group on
Yeah,
Facebook, and it was awesome. And from there, I got to see different things that people can do. I got myself a mentor. His name is Jacques Mirai.
mm,
He was the one. Yeah, it was the one that at a point told me like, okay, now it's time for me to upgrade my camera to something not so simple, because on that camera everything is auto, like you literally just point and shoot. So yeah, eventually I got myself. I moved from there. I moved to Canon. It was the Canon 1200D.
mm,
Yeah, it was Canon 1200D. I was excited, as you know. After getting that camera, it was the kit that came
yeah,
all together, and it was really fun. Like, it was really fun to. I think what was really amazing for me with that camera was now I have this camera that I can remove the lens and put a different
yeah,
lens.
exactly.
I was so fascinated about that because you're so used to like a camera where you like just point and shoot, and like the lens on it is all you got. There's nothing
Yeah,
you can do about it. But now I've got this camera. Like, I actually thought I damaged it because I thought the lens broke off because it comes without a lens attached to it. Because like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I'll figure this out. And yeah, so from there I got to play with interchangeable lens camera, and that was, I would say, that was when the journey really started. I started playing with I think my favorite lens back then was the 15 mil f1.8, which is
yeah.
like the common
The nifty 50
portrait
plastic,
lens,
fantastic.
Nifty 50. Yeah, I remember getting scammed trying to buy one, and then eventually, well, I got the right one, and then
Okay.
I got the f1.4.
Mm,
Yeah, that was when I actually started seeing a little bit of difference in my work, and then I upgraded the camera from the 1200D to 600D. Yeah, and then from the 600D to 60D,
Yeah.
from the 60D to the 5D Mark One, the
You didn't
classic
you
one.
didn't want to go to the 6D, hey? You didn't want to go 660,
I think
6. No, I'm just joking.
I no, I think I actually wanted to. I think I actually wanted to, but then that was around when the 6D Mark II came
Yeah.
out, and then people were talking about the Mark II not being up to the expectation and stuff like that. So I just decided to go classic anyway, and yeah, and I actually really enjoyed the classic because I was using the combination of the 5D Mark One with the 50 f1.4. Yeah, I remember that. And interesting story from because that was when I moved to Fuji. So interesting story. I don't think I've actually told this story in the public before. All right. So now here's the thing. I'm a how do I put it? I'm a toy freak. Like I, even though I don't need something, I want to get it. I want to
Yeah.
get the latest stuff.
So you
You
got you
know,
got gas, huh? You got gas.
exactly. Exactly. So I'm that kind of person. So I heard about this lens called the Sigma Art Lens series. I
Yeah.
was like, oh wow, I need to get myself a Sigma Art Lens. So I saved up to get the 50 f1.4, the Sigma Art Lens. It was exactly 10,000 grand.
Yeah.
And this was also the exact amount for the Fujifilm X-T1. So I already got someone who I wanted to buy it from, and then for some reason this person changed their mind and say, "Oh, I've sold the lens. I don't have it anymore." I was like, "Oh, but now I've sold my. I think I'm not sure what I did. I think I've sold my camera because I was planning on renting camera to use this lens." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I've got this 10,000 grand," and I was like, "Ah, let me go try Fuji." XT1, I got hooked. Exactly. So from XT1 to XT2 to XT3 to XT4, started playing with the GFX, and it's been fun since then. And I watch a lot of YouTube, so
Yeah.
that also like helps me get hooked a lot on when you see the way these gears have been used. Like it's really fascinating. It tells me that okay, if this person can do it, so can I. And
Yeah.
I always like to challenge myself every single time. And yeah, and I've always been that person who always like as much as I love buying the latest gear, it still doesn't. I don't think it really affects my work because my
Mm,
work comes from me, so it doesn't
for
matter what
sure.
gear you use. Yeah, so and yeah, that's I think that's my gear story. Camera side
Yeah.
of things, yeah. The lighting side of things, that's a whole different story as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
No, that's very
yeah.
cool. I mean, the thing is with I was in a presentation last night about photography and the gear, etc. And one of the things
Mm,
that came up, and it always comes up, is do you need the latest equipment, and why don't you just use normal cameras and etc. But you know what, if you can, fantastic. There's things that like on the EOS R5, the animal tracking and the eye tracking, that is for me is a game changer when it comes to bird photography. Obviously, when you're doing portraits, being able to track eyes and have the focus on there is fantastic. So if you can, and it's within your means to have that equipment, fantastic. If you can't, it's fine. It's not going to make you a superstar because you've got it. But the thing is, if you've got the equipment, why not use it? But yeah, let's enough of this talking. We want to see pictures. Let me put your screen on there, and then you can take us through your
awesome,
Prezzo.
awesome. There we go. Yeah. All right, cool. This first photo here, it's like a very special and very dear photo to me. That's why I actually put it as the first one. So the other thing I do besides fashion and beauty is I love conceptual work. I think it's where I'm able to express myself, where I'm able to have fun, give myself no limit. Like when it comes to one thing I've believed in from the beginning of getting into photography is that there's no limit to what you can do in photography. Like literally, photography is photography is limitless. Like you can't limit yourself. So how do I put this? I think a lot. Like I'm someone that thinks a lot. It's nice. It's also like because I think too much about things. Like I see so much details that I wanna put together, that I wanna achieve, that I wanna make sure I get and nail it. So yeah. So one thing I started doing was since I started photography, I decided for I'm gonna do a concept photo shoot for to mark my birthday. To celebrate my birthday, like I always post a particular project for my birthday. I've actually got one coming. My birthday is coming on the 13th of February, so I've got a
Woo!
project I've done already.
And
I've done a
you
project
couldn't have
already.
pushed it to the 14th, eh? You wanted to get two
I
gifts, one for Valentine's Day and
yeah,
one.
I I did ask my mom why she couldn't wait till 14, but she said she said she was too excited to wait. So yeah, there's nothing I can say to
Oh, cool.
so that was the case. So every birthday I always put out a project. So this was the last one I did for last 2 years ago, because last year was we got into this whole situation of the
Yeah.
corona, so I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. But yeah, so this was the one that was done 2 years ago. So this was shot in the studio. This was shot in the studio. I was looking for the actual raw photo of it in a plain background. This was shot in my garage with three lights set up. Yeah, one from above, one from below. I think I was using the 180 octo, the 180 octo, 180 umbrella
Yeah.
centimeter, yeah. And then I was using the street box from below because I didn't want to put a reflector because I needed to capture the whole body. So I had the street box on the floor to light the leg a little bit, and the big umbrella from the front to light the body and the hair. So what I always do with this project is I put everything together. So it actually encouraged me a little bit when it comes to styling. So like I put everything together. I had to get myself the makeup artist, the hairstylist, the accessories. I bought them myself. The space she was holding, I even owned it. And then yeah, so I was lucky enough to find I use graphics designer a lot for a special project like this, because as you can see it's a composite, so there's
Yes.
actually a video version of it where everything is moving. So yeah, so I found this graphics guy on Instagram. He's from Colombia, and I told him, I explained my vision to him, and he understood me in a way I couldn't understand, because most of the time, even when people try to explain the vision to me, I'm like, okay, let's go with the flow. We'll see what happens. But he was able to get exactly what I had in mind, and he was able to execute it properly. So yeah, so like I said, we're talking about studio portrait, studio fashion. So yeah. So what I do, I mix a lot of things together. Even though it says fashion and beauty and everything in the studio, I don't limit myself to what I can do. So I mix it up a little bit. So like as you can see in the composite. Composite is one of the things that I know a lot of people like having fun with. Like you just shoot on a plain background, and then you edit some really cool background into
Yeah.
it. And this was really, 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 I was so excited when I got this photo. I can remember, like, yeah. So I also can't wait to share the one that is coming in. I think it's gonna be 1 week and a half now.
Yeah.
Goodness, getting hooked.
Is he also putting it together for you? The same guy.
No, no, no. So no, the next one is not a composite. The next one is a little bit more dramatic. It's actually like a combination of, it's shot in the studio as well, but it's a combination of a lot of different things like beauty, fashion, editorial, all together in one shot. That's what I
Nice.
do with it. So yeah, I really can't wait to share that with
That sounds very
everyone.
cool.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so the next photo. Um, this is fashion. Yeah, this is definitely fashion. This was a shoot I did for uh, a lady called from sorry, she's from Seco Republic. She owns Seco Republic. That's the brand of the outfit she's wearing.
Yeah.
And so she came to me and she told me, I need to create a profile for myself, a profile that doesn't say that she's not a model. That was the other key thing. She's not a model. She's the founder of the clothing line,
Okay.
but she needed a photo that represents her as a brand owner, as a fashion designer, and as a business owner as well. So this was a combination of two things. So we did a video interview for her, and then the photo session. So she also actually explained what she wanted to me, and I was like, okay. I was the one that even decided we're gonna do studio, not location, especially when she told me what she wanted to do. And I was like, she said she wanted something simple but at the same time dramatic. So I was like, okay, let's do this in the studio. I've got this props I bought from China Mall. I got one as a gift for my when I got my new studio, and I was able to put these things together, and it just came out amazing. And as you can see again, when it comes to the studio, I like I said, I try not to limit myself. I play with colors, play with the jaws, put in props, and the funny thing is you don't even know for a fact that these things are gonna work
Yeah,
until you
exactly.
actually do it. Or they actually do, and just like if it works, cool. If it doesn't work, good. But because I'm always lucky enough to get clients who are also creative or
Hmm.
crazy, ready to try anything and see what happens. So yeah, I think that was the really fun part for me. And so yeah, so on the fashion side of things, this was really a creative scene for me that I was able to create. So I think what I wanted to pull out from here is that you can create anything you want in the studio. That's one of the I believe that's one of the advantage of the studio, because you are in a room where you control everything that happens,
Yeah.
not like not like when you on a location where like it can be, it can start to get windy, and then these plants, trust me, even if
Yeah.
the fan is too much, this thing's gonna blow away.
For sure.
Not to talk of exactly, not to talk of you trying to do this on a location. So yeah, so I believe in the studio, it's very creative, but it comes down to you pushing yourself to be that creative, to do something different and something fun. And yeah, so I think that's what I have got to say about this. And I actually invest a lot of, because everything here, the only thing she owns here is the clothing. The
Hmm.
jewelry is mine, the crown is mine, the plant is mine. And yeah, so I always, like I said, it's always just fun for me to try something new
But you
every
know,
time.
the I
Yeah.
mean, the thing with trying to push the boundaries and that sort of thing is that that's the kind of work that you're putting out, and those are the kind of clients that you're going to see coming back to you to do the work. So that age old adage applies. You know, if you need to be doing work that you want to do more work, the same type of work. So if you're pushing the boat out, doing creative stuff, that's the kind of work that's going to come back because the clients are going to see it, and there you go. They're going to want that the same level of creativity.
I definitely agree with you, because I remember her mentioning that she actually came to me specifically because she has seen a lot of my work in regards to setup like this. So that was,
Yeah.
she actually said that was why she actually specifically came to me. And this was like a last minute photo shoot. By the way, I think she booked me like 2 a.m. midnight. Yeah, for some,
Sure.
well, I sleep late, but for some reason she was awake as well. So she booked me 2 a.m. midnight for the next day. So
Wow,
yeah, yeah, I remember that. So that was really cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get the next photo. The next photo is gonna be, it's also studio. For this one, the what I want to talk about is a little bit of the background. So um I give myself like season by season of photography, like, but I don't really set a time that a season ends. I just feel like at a point I'm always like, okay, it's time for me to change something up. So I moved from your normal background, like your paper background, your PVC background, into canvas background. Because the cool thing with the canvas background is I found this lady in Johannesburg. She's the one that always helped me to paint my canvas backdrops. So what I loved about it was that I created everything I want the way I want it. So literally, I look for a color pattern that I want, and I send it to her. I want this painted as background, a certain size, and she gets it for me. And it allows me to do so much in the photography world, especially in the studio, because now I'm able to put up this backdrop that is it's textured. That's what I love about the canvas background. It's
Yeah.
textured, and the way I'm not even gonna try to explain it, but I don't understand. There's a certain feel it gives to a photo, especially when you have your subject in front of it. It stands out. So it's not like your light is reflecting back to you on the background. You don't like. it's a canvas, it's a cloth. It's not gonna if it reflects back to you, yeah, that's not a canvas, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's what I love about the canvas backdrop. So like so in the regard in regards to the studio side of things, I like I said, you can try different things. So now we're talking about the backdrops. So now I've got different backdrops. I've got the okay, I don't okay, you I will explain each of the because I've got different photos for each backdrop as we go on. But now this one is about the canvas backdrop. And the other thing with me as well is I'm a one light shooter. So I think maybe I'm just gonna do a quick run through, especially in my life. So
Yeah.
like I said, remember in the beginning I talked about my storyline of camera work. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do a quick storyline of my lighting work now. So when I started photography, I couldn't. I was studying engineering, so it wasn't like I wasn't. I would say I wasn't financially ready for photography. Like I was definitely not ready for it. So the first light setup I could get was just a speed light. I remember it was the Yoguno speed light. So it was the Yoguno speed light, a transceiver and a receiver, like literally the ones with just one button each, and I had an umbrella and a stand. It was a combo I bought together at the Photo and Film Expo when it was still active. And it was also the first Photo and Film Expo I went to, and I actually got to that was joining a Facebook group a photography group on Facebook called My Photo. I met Sven, he's the owner, and he was amazing. He's part of my mentor as well. He's the one that actually pushed me when it comes to the photography world, and so I was able to buy myself that one light setup. So now the situation for me was that all I had was that one light setup, and I was able to manipulate the one light for everything I need: portrait, family, everything I need. And then I actually find myself only using one light, and then I actually decide to master it, and I invest a lot in just one light setup. The only time I use it to more than one light setup is, let's say I'm doing a full body shoot, or I'm doing a fashion. Even sometimes when I'm doing a full body shoot, I still use one light unless I'm shooting for a particular client who wants a lot of light in the
Yeah.
photos. That's the only time. And also if I'm playing with colors as well, that's why I'm bringing the different colors from side to side. And yeah, but mainly I only shoot one light. This was a one light setup. I was using the Godox P120H. That's modifier I use most of the time, and then I use the AD300 most of the time as well. Those are the two combination I use, and I always use it on axis on the C stand coming straight from above.
Yeah.
So that was the light I was using here, and I was using the GFX 50S for the shot. Yeah, I was using the GFX 50S, so I was able to get everything I need. Everything was in detail, and it was just amazing. So, and like I said, studio. I feel like studio is like your playing ground, like literally for me. Studio. I don't go out often, like clubbing or anything. My clubbing is in my studio, like put on my music and light.
Yeah.
Every photo shoot I do it like a party, literally. Well, I can't do anything without music. So like even when I'm editing, I've got my music going on. So every time I do anything, photo shoot, editing, even during workshops for people one on one, I still have the music going on, and I make sure I have fun. It helps a lot with my creativity, and it just helps you to push beyond the limit you might see yourself having. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whew,
I was
that
just
was
going to say. I mean,
fun.
that's the thing. You've got to try and keep that creativity going. Because
Exactly.
otherwise you start feeling a bit stale and you're not going to push yourself. So yeah, absolutely. If the music is your drug, make it happen. It's very cool.
I I agree with you. I agree. Like it is my drug. Definitely. All right, cool. So this is another shot with a canvas backdrop, but this is my orange one. So the previous one is the blue canvas. I've got the orange, I've got the green, I've got I also use a material like a white, but it's milk color ish, so it's not like plain white. I struggle out. Okay, we'll get to that. I don't want to jump to that. But this is one of the very very recent shoots I did for Candice. So it was Candice is an actress, so every time she changes anything about her. Like in this case, she changes her hair, so she always needs to update her portfolio. So this was a portfolio shoot, and this was shot in my studio as well. And here I want to talk about studio space. I wish hopefully I'll get a chance to do another session where I will show you guys what my studio looks like. My studio is literally my lounge. It's so small, like literally, it's so small. And but I'm always able to make it work. I believe that's one gift I know God gave me. I'm always able to work in any space. It's all in a matter of doing a little bit of research. Like there's go to Pinterest, go to YouTube. There's a bunch of lighting setup for any space you might find yourself. If you feel like you're having difficulty in a small space, especially when you get a client who wants you to come to them, but they don't really understand that what space you need.
Yeah.
All they care about is just come and take me a photo. I don't care
And
what your
make me look
situation is.
amazing. Make me look like I'm on the beach in
Exactly.
Bali. But
Exactly.
and by the way, I
Ah,
stay in a studio apartment. My kitchen is my lounge, is my bedroom, is my bathroom.
I know that feeling, trust me. And the one thing I get a lot from clients is I want to look like Kim Kardashian. And oh my goodness. The moment I get that request, I know for sure that is a client I'm gonna probably work with, but I know for sure we're gonna have a struggle. But I've actually managed to get myself into that understand that situation of things in regards to people always wanting themselves to be in a certain way. So luckily, one of my mentor in Russia, I have one of my mentor in Russia, and he told me about when it comes to educating a client. So when I think I'm not going to talk too long about it. So all he told me was that when it comes to clients asking you for things, they don't understand the perspective of it from your side of view. They don't understand your camera work, your lighting work, your space work. All they know is all they want. That is all they care about. Now it is left for you to educate them in regards to, hey, this is possible, this is not possible. I am a photographer, a retoucher. I'm not a graphics designer. I don't know how to set your hair on fire. I don't know how to make you fly in the space. So and it's really, 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 and I actually start to understand that actually help you to connect with your clients before you actually get to work with them. That when you start working with them, you're doing it together. It's not
Yeah.
like the person is just standing there and just taking photos. You're working together because you've started a relationship even before the person gets in front of your camera. So it's not like a stranger standing in front of your camera anymore. It's someone like, I wouldn't call it a friend, but like it's someone where you've communicated in such a way that now you have an understanding of this is what's happening and you can do this together. So yeah, cool. That's quite a lot. And this shot also like I use the curved reflector. Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. I used the curved reflector for this shot because that was how I was able to get the light back into the eyes, especially from her posing like that. Because usually my light is usually coming from above. So in if I didn't have the curved reflector there would have been a little bit of a harsh shadow. Under the eyes, and I know for sure I needed to have some light in that eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw in one of your videos that you'd use that cove reflector, and I think it's one of those things where if you find something that works for you, and it's one of those tools that you're going to keep using, and as you say, you start perfecting your technique with that tool. And then you know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to bring it out, use it, as close or as far away as you need to. But it's a really cool way of using that one light, but the simplicity of the one light, but keeping those shadows from going too dark and too harsh.
And that was actually one of the funniest things, especially being a self-trained photographer. I never really understood this terms of shadows. Even when I started shooting, I shoot like in direct sunlight. I have no
Mm.
idea I was shooting natural light. And I remember because now I shoot HSS most of the time.
Yes.
And I remember the first time I was shooting with my camera and I pushed my shutter speed too high. And now you know what happens when you push your shutter speed too
Yeah.
high. You take the photo, so like all the photo is like black and there's like just one line there.
Yeah.
So I remember having the fear of God in me, thinking that I broke my camera. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually thought I broke my camera because of that, and I actually didn't know that. Oh, I just need to drop my shutter speed back.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I managed to figure that situation out, but like I can. That's something I know I can never forget because it still comes back to me like, wow, that actually happened.
Yeah, you know what? It's the
Yeah.
mark of the professional that you can recover from that on the shoot and keep going without upsetting anyone and costing a lot of money.
Exactly. Like a lot of people don't know the type of drama that goes on in the photography side of things, especially when you see like, I mean, there's actually a photo. I'm gonna tell you the story when I get there.
Okay.
This is okay. Let's talk about this photo quickly. So this is one of my recent photo as well. My favorite photos so far. I still don't know how. I This was one of the photo shoot I did that I actually surprised myself because this photo shoot wasn't supposed to happen in the first place because she was late. This was her birthday shoot. She was late to the shoot. The makeup artist, I think her makeup artist delayed her, and I wish I was getting discouraged, but like I get angry too long, but I get angry for like a minute and I'm done, and
Yeah.
that's it. So, but after the shoot, after she arrived and I saw her outfit, trust me, I was just excited because I love colors. I love playing with colors. So the moment I saw that outfit, I was like, I knew the exact background I needed to use for that to complement for the colors to get the brown tones and the bronze coming in together. And it's something that I think shooting a lot with colors has helped me to understand which color to use, especially when it comes to backdrops,
Hmm.
which color to complement. And it's so amazing, especially when the photo comes out and I'm just like, wow, I've managed to surprise myself again. And I was using one light setup, it's just the P120 as well. And this was
Is this
also
a
shot in
canvas or is it a plain paper backdrop?
so this is a plain paper backdrop. Yeah,
Cool.
sorry, I forgot to mention. So now we move into the different backdrops now. Because this is a plain paper backdrop, and this is my favorite of all the six I have. Yeah, I know I have exactly six of it. This is my favorite of it. And then my other favorites, my new favorite one is the black one. Is my recent backdrop I got.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I think I'm gonna share a photo very soon. Um, and then I think my other favorite is the pink one, especially on the fashion side of things. And
Yeah.
it also helps me. It also helps me to get clients. You know, I like clients love different things, and I'm glad I'm able to. One of the advantages I have owning my own business is I'm able to do a little bit of research
Mm.
directly with people. What do you want? What do you want? And
Yeah.
it helps me to attract clients in regards to what they have seen me do. So now when they see photos of this in this pink backdrop, I have a client who like that is all she wants. Like whenever we shoot, all she wants is the pink backdrop. So even if I don't want the pink backdrop, I don't know, I would just but buy it because I always cut off the paper backdrop when it's that. But yeah, it's just so amazing. So here I just want to talk about the colors. Like I love colors as most people have seen in my work, and my currently my favorite backdrop color. It's called the Tawny. I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. It's Tawny. Yeah. So yeah, and this photo came out amazing. We had like a lot of olive hairspray there on the body.
Yeah.
That's how you're able to get this shine. So that wasn't just dodge and burn. I actually realized a lot of people actually shoot flat like that and then use the dodge and burn to do that. I do not put myself through that. I rather do a lot of work in in the like, and they don't
In
mind, especially when you tell them the point of why you need the spray, the oil on the skin, and they don't mind, like, oh cool. So when I do the dodge and burn, it's not like a hectic one, it's just like a very soft one to make it pop already. But like shooting flat and then trying to do all this in dodge and burn, that's gonna take too much of my time.
absolutely.
So yeah, so actually I put much effort into shooting process than post production process. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people forget. Photoshop is there, but you should really just try and get as much in camera as possible. It's obviously not always possible, but to make sure you get the lighting right, the backdrop where you want it, how you want it, and then if there are things that you need to clean up, then clean them up in Photoshop. But yeah, as you say, you don't want to really dodge and burn for half the day to get that sorted when you can put some oil on and it's already done.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just it's me giving myself easy life, making my life so much easy. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, cool. The next photo is a very, 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 very special one to me. I wish, but yeah, the next session. All right, so I'm just gonna explain a quick process of this photo. This photo was shot with the blue canvas I showed you guys earlier on,
Yeah.
but the opposite side of it. So the opposite side of it has a light blue, like almost like white, but like a white blue. So I put that further away, and I was using just one light setup straight from above. The
Hmm.
the light wasn't from the front at all, just literally above her with a blue gel inside it. This
Yeah.
wasn't shot with a plain light, just a blue gel, because I did a study with Pro Edu, the JX photography shoots gel photography, and I actually got to realize that there's a way you can shoot uh, with gels that allows you to control the color of the photo. Like you're literally in control of the color of the photo. It just gives you something different, something
Yeah.
artistic, in such a way that when you see the photo, you're creating like a canvas, not just like it's when the photo comes out in a print. I'm actually gonna print this photo. When the photo comes out in a print, it's just so amazing. It's so colorful. You can see the richness of the colors
Yeah.
in the photo. And with her, it was just so amazing because we work together very often, portfolio shoot and so on and so forth. So when we had to do the maternity shoot, it was just us having fun. Like this place was a mess that day when we did the photo shoot, but it was just fun and it was amazing. And lighting from above is one of the things I love doing. I'm trying to see if I can actually play around with more often. But yeah, it's just always so amazing, especially here. And you can see lighting from above like that was actually able to separate her from the background,
Hmm.
because one thing I don't really like doing is lighting the background. I don't like doing
Yeah,
that. I
absolutely.
I mean, I know there's situations where you don't have a choice but to do it, but I try to avoid it because honestly, I believe it's like a waste of light. I would rather put that light on my model rather than
Yeah.
put it in the background. So yeah, so with just one light setup, I'm able to separate, get the colors on one on the
Yeah,
model, and still able to separate the color from the background, and stands out just like that. It's perfect.
absolutely.
Yeah,
No, it's. I mean,
I think.
I have the same situation. You know, when I'm shooting portraits, I've got a 120 octa that I feather away from the background, because the light that I want on the background, I'm going to put in as a different light. So I
Yeah,
want to just have all of those separate, so the one's not spilling onto the other. And it's amazing how when you start doing things like that, it just changes the whole look of the image. You can start, as you've done there. You've that background's going a little bit darker. It's still getting that blue, but it's not as if you've got the light facing straight at her. It's a completely different feel.
yeah, yeah, and I think this is one of another type of photography I enjoy doing. I love doing maternity because it's quick, it's fun, and it's creative as well,
Yeah.
depending on your client. By the way, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. Well, so this is the second shot for me, and so this is the next one. This is from another beauty series that I did. It was shot on the same day as the other one that you saw where she was wearing pink.
Yeah.
So this was the second look after the shot. So this was also like a beauty shot. Like I love doing beauty shot, and with her it's just always so easy. And I think what I want to talk about here is the makeup. I noticed that a lot of photographers, like, you don't see the point and the value of makeup. um I know not everybody loves doing makeup, but don't take it completely off the table. Make it optional for your client to say, hey, would you like to do a makeup? Because I always try to do a makeup for every shoot I do,
Yeah.
unless it is not needed at all. Or also, you get a situation where your client tells you they don't do where your client tells you they don't do makeup, and in that situation, that's completely okay. But then like now it's a lot of editing for you, especially if they
Absolutely. I was
don't.
just gonna say.
Yeah, especially if they don't have like a good skin, or yeah. So, but here you can see it's also always creative. I'm always lucky to find makeup artists who understand my point of view, who understand my view of colors and how I want to play with colors, because I love playing with colors. You can see. So the here comes the lips, the glitter, the studs on the eyes. It's just like I said, creativity is the key to everything. Like especially when you know you get a chance to be creative, you just have to take it. Like every chance you do, no matter how small, no matter how big, give it all your best. Like it might be a small project and you'd be like, "Ah, let me just do it and get it over with." You don't know where that small project is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to see it. And before you know it, like, oh, boom, people need you there and there and there. And it's just so amazing how much you can do with solely today. And this was one light setup as well. This was quite fun for me because I never really used. I was actually experimenting here because I never really put my model too close to the
Yeah.
backdrop. But you can see she
She's
was
right
like
up
right
against it.
there.
Eh?
Exactly. So I was like, oh, I was just practicing and then it came out good. So, but like I said, if you don't try, you never know.
Yeah.
That was the situation there.
No, it's very cool. I love it. I love the blue and the orange combination with the background and the skin. Very nice.
Yeah. 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 All right. Cool. Whew. Yeah. Now we're going. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. So I actually want to see if I can zoom into this photo for you guys to like. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Now I'm gonna. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna zoom in now. There we go. So this is an addition right here, guys. You see this particular makeup you seen. So this is a liquid makeup or something. I actually have a particular makeup artist that does this look for me.
Right.
Nikita Naidu. She does this particular look for me. I'm so obsessed with that liquid. Like I can I can do like a whole project with 20 people just having different colors
Yeah.
of liquid eyeliner. So it's just something I enjoy a lot and I have fun with it and it does it for me. Like I said, it's all about creativity again, and this pushes me to practice more, especially now you have a situation where like you have a reflection there, but now
Yeah.
you have to make the reflection work, but like the reflection is there. It might be distracting for some people, but for me it's okay. And this
Yeah.
was shot on a paper backdrop as well. This is a beauty series. This was shot on the gray paper backdrop, and excuse me, um uh this is a model I use often as well for my creative projects. And we did quite a lot of, I think we did 3 series here. I'll share the rest of the photo very soon. And this also helps me practice my beauty.
Mm.
And there's something I'm working on at the moment that I'm gonna share later on. And I did this project for that. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna share that project later on. Also gonna be releasing on my birthday. But yeah, so this is also another one of the shots where I realized I had to do dodge and burn here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lazy dude when it comes to dodge and burn. I don't love doing dodge and burn, but there's a situation when I look at it phone, I'm like, it has to be done.
Yeah.
It's not a matter it's not a matter of choice. It has to be done just to make sure you have that photo at the fullest capacity. Yeah.
For sure. Emmy, what light diffuser did you have on there? Because that doesn't look like an octa or a big
No,
diffuser.
this was what's the name? It's my new parabolic umbrella. So
Ah,
it's not
okay.
just the umbrella, it's the
Yeah.
parabolic umbrella. It's that thing looks so cool. Like besides what it does, it just
Yeah.
looks so cool. It's like a dome, so it's like umbrella, but it's deeper and it
Yes.
just
Yeah.
comes
More
like a
contrast and
dish.
specular highlights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought the diffuser for it as well. So it's the white. I bought the white one, not the silver one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought it the white one with the diffuser in front of it, and boom! I use it a lot. I use it quite often now. It actually almost put in my 120 into the wardrobe because I enjoy it. It's so fun. And one thing I start to realize is I hope a lot of photographers are watching this. Clients love drama. They just want to they just want to see big fancy stuff.
Yeah, they want to
Trust
see
me,
the
they
show,
have
hey?
no exactly. They have no idea what you use. They have no idea what it's doing, but they just see that big soft box in
Yeah.
front of them. It makes them happy. They take selfies with it, and it's so cool. And I use it a lot for my marketing strategy,
Yeah.
and it works. That's why I also realized I needed to start doing a lot of behind the scenes for people to see what's actually happening and how a shot is being taken,
Yeah.
and just seeing that whole dramatic setup, they found it really fascinating that they want to be involved in it. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
other thing that happened was I get a situation where like your clients they pay a lot of money, and then all I use is one light. They don't want to see me using just one light. They wanna see a whole big show, and then I put on a show for them. I
For
set up
sure.
like five lights set up, and the only lights working is just the one light in the front. But they don't know that.
For sure.
You
And the
just put on a
music's
show.
going, it's all happening.
Exactly, it's a whole party in the studio,
Oh, cool.
and it works. So yeah, yeah, definitely awesome. Whew, yeah, I'm excited to talk about this one.
I really like the way that material is falling. It's really cool.
This photo were it took us 6 months to prepare for it.
Sure.
This is my really close friend called this is my really close friend Dana. I was about to say called Dana. This is my close friend Dana. She used to be in South Africa, but she traveled to the Netherlands just before the lockdown. So now she actually got stuck in Netherlands through the whole lockdown process, and we were supposed to do this shoot. So we're like, oh, okay, that means we let's use this period of waiting to actually prepare for the shoot. So we started strategizing. We wanted something vintage, something dramatic, something a little bit out of the ordinary. This series is one of the most amazing series I've done so far in the studio. There were some shots I did using my kitchen, and everybody I've showed that photo didn't know it was taken in the kitchen just because of the way it was set up. But it's just so amazing, especially when it comes to putting things together, planning a project makes a difference. A project you plan for 6 months is definitely going to be different from a project you get booked for today to shoot tomorrow.
Yeah.
You would definitely see the difference. And this was also shot in the studio with the blue canvas backdrop. You can see there's a lot of texture
Yeah.
showing in the background here because I had her really close to the background as well. And I was using the medium format as well, the GFX as well. And here we're literally just having fun, just see where this goes. And a lot of things I started to realize was, especially starting my photography, use the people around you. They might be photogenic, they might not be photogenic, but the idea of working with someone you know, someone you close, it's there's something about it. It's different because like you're not just having a photo shoot, you're having a conversation, you're interacting, like you're laughing. Like it's not just like your normal shoot where you have like your client
Yeah.
in the front of the camera where you need to be professional, like you need to like be professional, be polite. But here you don't have to be polite, you can do anything you want, you can tell her to do any pose you want. You get to practice a lot. You get
Yeah.
to from here you get to practice things to see whether it works or not, so that when you get your paying client, you put them in a situation knowing that you already know what's going to happen, it's going to work. So and here is just this series. I'm just so excited about this series. I can't wait to start posting. I don't think I've posted any of it yet, but yeah, I think there's another photo after this of her. Yeah, but let's finish talking about this one. Yeah, so and the other thing I struggle with in photography is I struggle with two colors, white and red. I struggle with those two colors, especially if my mother is wearing a white color or if I have to use a white background. Those are the two things that really,
Yeah.
really frustrate me in
Okay.
photography. And red, I still don't understand why, but like whenever I see red, it affects my eyes. Like literally, I have this
Yeah.
only because when I'm dealing with red color, I have to wear this.
Wow,
Otherwise, it's gonna be a whole drama. I don't know why.
that's
Red
crazy.
background, red outfits, especially when I'm editing it on my screen and everything is red
Yeah.
facing my eyes is like wants to cry or just wants to leave the place.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I still don't know why, but yeah, so those are the two colors I struggle with in photography, white and red, but I have to make it work, especially it's Valentine's season. I have to do with the red shoot tomorrow. So
Exactly.
I'm,
Well,
I'm not
you can always
I'm
use
not
the
looking
pink,
forward
eh?
to it.
I think you should push into the pink. Valentine's pink,
If
you
it
can
was
do
if,
it.
if it was if it was up to me, I wish I could. Yeah. All right. The next photo. Um, what I wanted to talk about this was shot in a studio, literally. I'm not sure if you guys saw the plant I was using in the initial
Yeah.
photo I showed you guys where there was two plants next to Usher. This was literally one of the plants, and I just had someone hold it really, really next to her, and it was all done in the studio setup. She was just like on the floor at the. I was using the P120. Yeah, I was using the P120 here, and I had it really close to her. I think I was shooting very high on the f-stop as well.
Mm.
So if you zoom into this is one thing I find really fascinating. One of the ways I educate myself is when I look at someone's photo, you can tell their setup
Yeah.
in the photo, because if you zoom into the eyes, you will see the parabolic
Yeah.
in there, and the upper and the top part of the eye. So yeah, and this was really fun for me. I don't shoot a lot in on the highest I shoot is f2. I don't shoot f2, f3, f4. I see people shooting on f11, and I'm like, wow, really? How? Because my lens is f1.2, so I don't shoot higher than f2. So, but here I had to push myself to do it because I wanted to catch the drips on the hand,
Yeah.
flowing down on the hand there and stuff like that. So, but it came out amazing. So this was another way of me pushing myself into something I wasn't used to, and I'm quite proud of how it came out. And yeah, it looks really dope. I can't wait to post the series definitely.
No, that's very cool. I think that's that's the thing. You by zooming in on people's pictures, you can see where the lights are and that sort of thing. And it's a great way to try and understand how they did it, and then try and recreate it.
Yeah.
From an inspiration point of view, and where to start. I think that's fantastic. If more people spend time analyzing the images, I think they'd learn a hell of a lot very quickly. Because once you start seeing, okay, so there's a main light on the top and a little one over here, and then something to light the shadows under the chin, just practice it, and away you go.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's so fascinating, so much how much you can do, especially when you actually pushing yourself on purpose, pushing yourself in a certain
Mm.
situation that you're not usually her, and you just like, yeah. But like I said, like I always say, if you never try, you never know.
No, exactly. And
Okay.
I mean but that's also part of just pushing your own creativity and keeping you motivated and inspired and because if you just keep shooting stuff that's the same as the last time and the same as the last time, you're not going to feel motivated to push yourself, and it'll start showing in your work as well. So I mean, you just got to try new things all the time as much as you can.
Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, so I think I can't wait to show you more of the I can't wait to start posting this series. Like this series is definitely a unique one. I think every show we do was definitely something new for me. Like
Yeah,
yeah, even did some natural light there as well, where I was using my motor lamp, like not the
yeah,
flash, but like just more as a fuel light, because we had like a really bad background. But yeah, I really can't wait to start posting these photos.
nice.
Awesome. Let's see. There we go. Whew, this is one of my favorite show, and this is also me having fun again. This was a
Yeah,
shoot for one of my friend. He's a designer called Blank. He has a clothing line called Blank Collection, and this was how do I put it? This was shot in my previous, well, I wouldn't call it a studio because it was in a garage. We set up
Yeah.
in the garage. So, and as you can see, I was using the black backdrop as well. But the challenge for me here was you can see there's literally four different color tones. Literally.
Mm.
Literally. I wish I
Yeah.
could show you the raw photo. There was literally four different color tones, and I had to, that was very challenging for me. I'm not gonna lie. That was very challenging for me. I had to put in the, I had to set. I think what was challenging for me was the white balance to use that will complement all the colors
Yeah.
without like affecting each other, and I was able to make it happen. Had the right color balance for some reason, but yeah, it happens. And in post, everything was just amazing. I was able to push it a little bit further with my color grading, and the photo just came out amazing. I think I edited the specular photo the same day. That was how excited I was with the shot, and he actually posted it as the cover of the before releasing the collection. And working with multiple subjects for me it's also another one of my small challenges because I'm so used to shooting f2, so here
Yeah.
I'm forced to go a little bit higher because otherwise your client is going to be wondering why is one person in focus and the other person is not in
That's it.
focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the situation, but I was able to push myself out of that comfort zone of mine again, challenge myself, and get the work done, and it was just amazing. And here I was using my old umbrella that I broke. I'm still hanging with myself. My 180 umbrella. That thing is huge. Is the
Yeah.
180 umbrella is also with the white one inside with the diffuser. It's not the deep one though. It was
Yeah.
just a normal
Yeah.
umbrella, and that's what I was using here, and it came out amazing as well. And yeah, you can see in the photo the color came out amazing. I was so excited about this photo, and I'm shooting with two of them again very soon. I really can't wait to do that as well.
Nice.
Let's see. Whew. This was shot on the same day. Yeah, this was shot on the same day. Um, Mia arrived just as I finished the first shoot.
Yeah.
We also set up I also set up this in the garage. And here I wanted to talk about the background. The background I was using a clothing material called calico.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. A clothing material called calico. A lot of people told me about it and I was like, let me try it out, and it works amazing. It's just amazing. I was just hanging it on the railing somewhere down, put my model there, and get the shot and get the shot that I needed to do. And here I was also using the umbrella. I don't think I had the curved reflector here, but like,
I can see
let's
there's
see.
something in the bottom of the eye there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Let's see if we can. That's really confusing.
That's a massive
Yeah,
curve.
I don't know what that looks like. I do not know what that looks like. But yeah, I think if I had my cover reflector, I would have used my cover
Yeah.
reflector for the shot. But yeah, so this is also one of the shots I really love doing. I really love doing super dramatic close up, especially into the eyes. I'm actually planning to do like a eye series of different models, different colors, different tones, different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Also like a little bit on location, but it's gonna be like a like super dramatic close
Yeah.
up shoots that I'm gonna do. I'm really looking forward to that. It's part of my project that that's on my lineup to do, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, so here I was using the calico material, and it shows you how much so many things you can use for your background in regards to practicing like and trying something new. I mean, I bought the calico and when they told me about the material, the calico, and I went to check it out, I'm like, if this is really gonna do what I needed to do. I was like, oh cool. And I tried it out, and I trust me, I enjoy it. I've been using it since then. I think I did a couple more shot of her with actually the material in the shot as
Yeah.
well, and it looks so amazing. It looks so natural, more like a lifestyle, and it was also very different as well. That was also the really cool thing about it because not a lot of people use it,
Yeah.
so it allows you to stand out in a way as well. Yeah.
So with that, did you do any? Did you color it at all, or is that just that it's far enough back that it's got that darker tone?
I think I colored it. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I colored it. I remember because I remember I used this for a project for uh, uh, a color company that work with me. It's a company called Color Lab.
Yeah.
I remember I was using a color action, a color grading called Mona Lisa. Yeah, it was a Mona
Okay.
Lisa color chart, but it wasn't like full on 100% Mona Lisa because one thing I do, especially when it comes to my color grading, I stack up my color grading. So I don't just have one layer of color grading. I've got about three, four, five
Yeah.
layers of color grading stack up together to end up to that result. So yeah, because I use my color grading to target different things, like to target the skin tone, the
Yeah.
contours, the dodging one, the lips, the hair, the outfit, different things. So there's a color grading for each of every part of the photo most of the time. Yeah. And
Cool.
this was from the same this was from the same shot as well. And this was the first time we were working together as well. But this was the first time me and Mia were working together. We've been wanting to work together for ever. And yeah, we made it happen. And it was one to remember, definitely.
Very cool.
Yeah. Phew, this is the photo I've been waiting for. All right. Quick story. This shoot was supposed to be like a fun shoot. Like, I had no idea I was doing an album cover. Literally, I had no
Wow.
idea I was doing an album cover. I had no idea I needed to use. We're gonna have like need a white backdrop or anything.
You're
I,
lucky she wasn't wearing a
I,
red dress.
you have no. I This shoot was like, this shoot ended at 12 midnight. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember we finished this at 12 midnight. Now here was the thing. I didn't This wasn't a white backdrop. The photo you're looking at, this wasn't a white backdrop. This was the calico.
yes, yes.
The shot in the previous background. This was the calico. So I luckily for some reason I had no idea I had the second light with me. So what I did was I had my umbrella and my umbrella 180, and I had my P120. So what I had was I put her a little bit further away, and I put the white umbrella with the other light on the calico,
Yeah.
blow it out completely,
Yeah.
fullest power possible. Because what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to use the umbrella as the backdrop because it wasn't just the portrait that I was doing. I was also doing full body because
Ah, yeah.
this was a full this was a full body paint. So I still don't know how I made this work. I can tell you, right? I still don't know how I managed to make it work because we were shooting literally the whole day. I didn't even have a spare battery with me because
Sure.
I thought I was going for like an hour or 2 hour shoot. So when I saw like, okay, we are having this was like we had like two full body paints that day.
Hmm.
So I had to start thinking ahead, drop down the power of my strobe. Like I
Yeah.
started complimenting. So I think I was going about 64, 120. So I was bumping my ISO up a little bit just
Yeah.
to complement for that, so that the battery can last a little bit longer for
Sure.
the shoot. And the battery actually went flat, but for some reason, I'm still able to switch it back on, take about two, three shots. It dies again, but I was able to make it happen, and I was very proud of myself, especially having to do a white background. And without me being prepared, I was able to make it happen. I was very, very, very proud of myself for this shot. But yeah, and it came out amazing. I also had to make the color pops on the icons on the body, and there was quite a lot of editing for me to do here because the paint was creating like a crack on the skin.
Yeah.
So I had to. This was almost like a micro editing for me because I was zoomed in the whole time. It was literally like I was editing each spot
Sure.
of the skin, but it was fun. I was excited. This was a dream shoot for me. Like, I posted on the Instagram that she's one of the people I would love to work with in 2020, and she actually saw it and she gave me the opportunity, and it was
Nice.
just so amazing. Yeah.
There we go. So it's exactly what you were saying earlier. You need to put it out there, and you need to shoot the kind of stuff that you want to shoot more of. You know, that's
Yes.
exactly what you need to be doing.
All right. Sorry, I just want to plug in my camera quickly. There we go. We are safe. All right. All right, cool. Next photo. Let's see. What do we have? Yeah. This is my new favorite background, the black background.
Yes,
The last time I had a background was using the velvet material,
yes.
but the velvet was all I could afford was like I think about 2 meter long, so it's just like that. All I could do with it was just headshots.
Yeah.
Literally, that was all I could do with it. But I was able to afford a bigger one now, so I bought the two by 7 by 10 roll. It's the
Yeah.
paper backdrop as well. So
Yes.
there's a paper backdrop. So this was part of a series that I was doing called Black on Black. So I did it with her. There's another model I'm gonna show that I did with her as well. She was also like wearing black on black, and I think I'm doing the last one of my black on black series tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. It's a little bit dramatic that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm really excited about it.
Cool.
But yeah, I love black. Like this series came out amazing. Her name is Tracy, and the other thing I struggle with sometimes is when a model is wearing a wig. Uh, but she was amazing. Like I didn't have any worry, especially when you are able to have a conversation ahead of the time to communicate with your mother. Like, okay, if you're wearing a wig, please wear it properly, glue it properly,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to get it properly without it looking too dramatic, especially in the front line and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But here it was amazing. It was amazing working with Tracy. We've been wanting to work forever, and we finally made it happen. I actually made a video about of the pianists of the shoot, and it was also amazing as well. Yeah,
Very cool. I love the black backgrounds. It just
mm.
makes the subject pop so nicely.
Yeah. And here I had to use to light. I'm not gonna lie, I had to use to light. So it was one main. It was one main light from the front, the curve reflector in front of her, and I was using the street box. If you see it on her hair on
Yeah.
the on this side on
On her
her
left hand
left.
side. Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
On her left side, you will see the lights coming in from the street box there.
Bless you.
Excuse me. All right. Yeah, I think the next photo should be yeah.
Also the
So you
black
can see
backdrop.
it was also the black backdrop. But here I was using one light. I remember I was using just one light, so it was just the big 165 from above.
Yeah.
Boom, and so everything here is mine. The backdrop, the outfits, I had it made with one of my designer. The
Yeah.
hair, I bought it from one of my hairstylists as well to use for the specific project. And it came. I'm so excited. I really can't wait to post. These are also all those photos I'm showing you guys tonight are exclusive. I haven't posted most of them. I'm really looking forward to posting them. And yeah, it was also a really cool challenge for me, especially to light the model in such a way that she's not fading into the background. Like
Yeah.
despite the fact that the hair is black, you can see the hair standing out. The outfit is black, you can see the outfit standing out, and most of all, the model also standing out of the background as well. So it was really really dope for me. Yeah.
And that's the thing with moving your model closer to the backdrop is that you can get that
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
Because the light is falling on that backdrop, and if you don't want it, you just move them further away. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I love it. Nice look.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So like that was also what I had to figure out to realize that okay, I need to move it further, to move her a little bit closer to the backdrop,
Yeah,
and it works.
very cool.
Awesome. All right, so let's see. Okay, cool. This also shot in the studio. I wanted to talk about the background. The background I was using here is your normal wallpaper.
Hmm.
It is your normal wallpaper. I just put it on my clothing railing,
Yeah.
rolling down, put it close to it. Because since it was a close-up beauty shot, I was able to get away with it because the background was just
Yeah,
like
they're not very wide rolls, eh?
they're not very wise. It's just like right there, just like close enough for me to get my shot, and it was amazing. And this is something I'm hoping to do more of because I've still got the wallpaper. I'm actually hoping to buy more wallpaper. I want to do a little bit of more floral, dramatic,
Hmm.
colorful things, and play around with that. So yeah, so like I play with different things, something you wouldn't use in a normal situation.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people use the wallpaper thing, and it works. But yeah, that was the cool thing about this as well. Let's see, right, cool. This one, whew, I think this was one of the projects I did. I was quite proud of myself as well. This was also shot in the studio. This was a studio setup. You can see behind her is the plants that I was showing you guys earlier.
Yeah.
You can see I've used that plant a lot. I think I'm going to be getting rid of it to get something new very soon. And this was all planned from scratch. The plants, the makeup, the accessories, the crown.
Mm,
One of my friend Rosie, she makes hair pieces. I told her about the project I wanted to do. We sat down, draw everything together, start planning everything together. She made everything. So we had two crowns. So I think the other photo, yeah.
yeah.
So this was a dual concept of a guy and the other lady. So we had the crown for the lady. That's the idea of like the fairy. So a little bit of a fairy tale feel, energy,
Yeah.
queen, and then for the guy was the king feel with the golden energy going on as well, and the attire they're bringing in a little bit of the traditional culture thing in, and everything just worked together. And I was using just the one gel light from behind of her. It was the orange one. I was using it for her, for him as well. And then for him, I added a little bit of the blue. If you look closely, you see the blue coming in
Yeah.
on her, on his right, and going into the eyes a little bit as well. And this photo came out amazing. I was so proud of myself. I managed to put this all in the small studio here. But this day, guy, the place was a mess. Like literally, the whole place was I remember after the shoot, I just left everything. I only touched it the day after because I was so damn tired and everything was
Exactly.
just a mess. But it was definitely worth it. I think this is one of the photo I'm also looking to print as well. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I think yeah, this is the last photo for today.
Okay. No, that's very
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna just where are we? Put us next to each other over there. There we go. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean the I love the feel of the images. You know, it's not it's almost like a matte feel where the shadows are not, you know, like really punchy and the highlights are not really punchy. It's quite a nice blend between the two, and I really like that, the treatment. And then, you know, when you've got your gels, you know, the colors all work really nicely together. So, you know, when I see your images, it's obviously it's your signature, you know, to it. And that's really nice when you've got something that, you know, people look at that and go, I think Emmy shot that one. You know, that's really cool. The trouble though is, you know, to come up with new ones so that you don't get locked into that same thing. You know,
You're right. You're
but
right. You're right. I think that's one thing that keeps my head busy because every time I'm thinking of something new, something
yeah.
different, and yeah, we have no choice but to push to create something new.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, I think that what I'd love to do is, you know, is we can kind of revisit these sessions with maybe something on your post production or something like that. I know we spoke a little bit about some potential things that we can do, but yeah, that would also be really fascinating for me. But I think the for tonight that is amazing. I certainly you know, saw some images that obviously I haven't seen, but no one's seen before. You were saying that you know, it's
Yeah,
it's first here, and
yeah,
that's really
definitely.
cool. And I really appreciate your time and your energy. It's really cool. I see that we've got a question there from Alexandra Velikova. Are you big on metering your lighting, or do you just do what feels right? That's the
Whew, I
question.
just do what feels right. Like I don't even think I know how to use a light meter. I've never used one before, and I think I would say the main reason that I do that is because I'm already used to my light
Mm,
setup. If I'm doing anything different, it's not so far from what I'm already doing. So
yeah,
I already know what power, what setup, what settings, what everything looks like. So I think once you're used to that, you will get used to having this setup for different. especially when it comes to different skin tone, you know what setup to use.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but yeah, I have no idea. I've never used a light meter before. Yeah, maybe I'll play with it someday. But yeah, I have no idea how it works.
I mean, for me, the thing is always I kind of know what the settings need to be, so I'll set those up, and then once I've taken that first shot, I'll start looking on the LCD and just adjusting accordingly. Because I mean, it's almost sometimes pointless to say, well, these are the settings, because everything is different. Like you say, skin tones are different. Sometimes the makeup will reflect a lot of light. Sometimes it'll suck it in.
Yeah,
So for me, it's very much a visual thing. I'm not technically trained at all. I wouldn't know, whatever. But
yeah.
just to see, when you see it and then you start crafting it and building it around there. That's really the way that I want to do it. Alexander says that's so refreshing to hear. So there we go. Nice. I don't know if there's
You're not
any other.
alone.
I don't know if there's any other questions here. That looks like it for now. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's just a huge thank you to you.
yeah.
I've loved talking to you, and hopefully we'll get you on to chat about some of your other amazing work when it comes out, and to hear about the post production, etc. I know that we've had one or two people, well, more than one or two, ask about post production, maybe a little speed tutorial or something like that. But yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate it,
Yeah,
and
thanks for
I'll,
having me.
it's a pleasure, man. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Cool. Thanks, Emmy. Hold on. Oh no, Taryn Goldman. She just says awesome.
Awesome.
She's. I think
uh,
Taryn is on next week, so
oh, awesome.
we've got to jump on there and give her a bit of support then. Yeah. So
Yeah,
cool. Thanks,
definitely.
man. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest
You're
of the
welcome.
evening. Okay.
You too.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.